What's up, everybody? Dog 985. There's levels to this. This one should be quick, okay? The PlayStation 5 Pro is too expensive. That's it. I said it. This is what you wanted to hear, right? This is what you wanted to get out of me. You wanted me to tell you that the PlayStation 5 Pro is too expensive. Well, here it is. The PlayStation 5 Pro is too expensive. You see, you couldn't just sit down and take everything that I had given you when I said that the PlayStation 5 Pro was going to be the best console, because that's what it is, the best console, that the PlayStation 5 Pro was going to be better than the Xbox Series X. Man, the PS5 you can argue is better than the Xbox Series X, but the PlayStation 5 Pro for sure is going to be better than X. You couldn't take that. No. What you had to go out and do is try to compare the PlayStation 5 Pro to a PC. And then I told you, don't do that. Don't compare the PlayStation 5 Pro to a PC, because it doesn't make sense. I told PC gamers not to do it. I told Sony ponies not to do it. But the problem is that everyone understands that the console wars are over. So now the PlayStation fan base needs an enemy to attack. And right now it's the PlayStation 5 Pro against everybody and everything. They're comparing this thing to the Lawnmower 3.0. I don't know what's going on, right? Because now the Asus ROG Ally somehow got into the fight with this. People are comparing the price of the PlayStation 5 Pro to the Asus ROG Ally X 2 terabyte. And it's like, what are we doing? Have you guys lost your damn mind? Listen, the PlayStation 5 Pro is too expensive, okay? The difference that you're going to see between the PlayStation 5 Pro and the PlayStation 5 is going to be negligible. This is what I mean. If you walk into somebody's house and they got a PlayStation 5 Pro hidden behind the TV, and they're playing Ratchet and Clank, you're not going to be able to tell by looking at it, oh, you're playing this on a PlayStation 5 Pro, huh? You're not going to be able to tell. You know that, right? You're not going to be. The only difference you're going to know is by you looking at Digital Foundry. These are facts. That's the only thing you're gonna know. And then when you look at the PlayStation 5 Pro, what they showed you was Ratchet and Clank, The Last of Us, Spider-Man, all games that all you ponies right now that are being very vocal, you've already played, you've already beaten. Because I know ain't no pony out here talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro that hasn't played Spider-Man 2. Because you got to play their exclusive. That's part of being part of branded as a Sony ponies. You got to play their exclusive. So I know you played Spider-Man 2. I know you played Ratchet and Clank because you believe the lie of the SSD when it comes to the PS5. Even though Ratchet and Clank right now is literally verified to be able to play on the Steam Deck. It's a verified game. It can play on the Steam Deck, right? So they lied to you about the SSD, but that's something different. And then what's the other game that they show? The Last of Us. The Last of Us again? Come on, man. Come on, man. You have played all these games already, and this is what Sony had to show you with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Yes, it is too expensive. Yes, it is overpriced. But here's the deal with this, right? The Asus ROG Ally, you can argue that it's overpriced as well. The 2 terabyte Asus ROG Ally, you can also argue that it's overpriced, especially when you have something like the Steam Deck that can do it can't do everything, because you can't get Game Pass on Steam Deck unless you like backdoor it and stuff like that, right? Epic and all that other stuff, same thing. You got to kind of do some backdoor things to it, but for the most part, it's a handheld PC, and it's way cheaper than the Asus ROG Ally. You also got the Lenovo Legion Go, right, as well. You got the MSI Claw as well, plus all the IO Neo different devices as well. But you see, that's the difference, okay? In the PC realm, because these are all handheld PCs, regardless of if anybody else to call them a consoles, right? In the PC realm, we have a plethora of options. So the same idiots that try to say PC gamers over here talking about PlayStation 5 Pro and they're playing on the 3060. Yeah, you have the option to go ahead and play on whatever it is you want, depending on how much money you want to spend, right? But the PlayStation 5 Pro, this is the amount of money that you're going to spend for this increment of performance, and then you got to deem whether or not it's worth it. The same way that someone could look at a 4090 and be like, that costs way too much money for me to spend on a 4090. I could get a very equal or very satisfactory performance with a graphics card, maybe like a 4080. For me, would be perfectly fine, or a 4070, or even a 3080. Right, so it all depends. It's all relevant to you. It's all relevant to you. So whatever expensive is, it's relevant to you. What do you deem is expensive? And that's why I don't understand this argument. Because if I say that the PS5 Pro is too expensive, how the hell are you going to argue with me that? It's my money. If I'm saying it's too expensive, it's too expensive. If I say that McDonald's is too expensive, I can't afford to eat McDonald's 5 days a week. How the hell are you going to tell me that that's not true? You see how stupid you sound? For somebody, a 4090 is not expensive. To somebody, a 4090, they got it like that. Good for you, you blessed. But again, in the PC realm, the person that has a 3060, okay, is playing the same game that the person that has a 4090 is playing. It's not the same, but they are playing the same game, right? So the expensive argument, it shouldn't even be argued. If people are saying that the PlayStation 5 Pro is too expensive, then it is what it is. If you deem that it's not too expensive, then that's perfectly fine. But again, if you deem that it's not too expensive and that there's value there, then that's good. But if somebody looks at the Asus ROG Ally and says, no, I see the value in that, then you can't argue that either. That's why this is so annoying. This is so annoying. And again, comparing two things that don't do the same thing to each other for price doesn't make sense. That's like if I'm comparing a $25,000 freaking car to a $25,000 freaking pickup truck. They don't do the same thing. They are different. A PC and a console are different. Stop comparing the PlayStation 5 Pro to everything. It makes no sense. Compare the PlayStation 5 Pro. The best thing you could compare it to is the PS5. That's literally the only thing you got to compare it to. So is the PlayStation 5 Pro worth the, what is it, $250 difference between a regular PS5? Oh no, because it doesn't have a disk drive. So whatever the slim model is. So the regular PS5 Slim, that's what should be compared to the PS5 Pro. Is the difference of those $300 worth it to you? The difference between those two consoles? Because that's the way you would look at a graphics card if you are going to try to compare a PC. If a graphics card is $300 more than another graphics card, right? Is the performance worth that extra $300? But that's only up to you. No one could compare, because as soon as you compare it to something different, you're going to look stupid. And I don't want you to look stupid. I am downloading Red Dead Redemption 2 right now on my Asus ROG Ally. And I'm going to tell you this, okay? Because it's up to the consumer, whatever they value. Playing video games, because I play video games. I don't just watch video games like a lot of you Sony fans. I play video games, okay? 60 frames per second is better than 30. That's not an opinion. I'm telling you, right, 60 frames per second in a video game is better than 30, and that is not an opinion. I don't care who you are wrong if you think 30 frames per second in a video game is better than 60. It's not. Every game would be better at 60, okay? Even games that are great at 30, okay? Because that's another stupid argument. You've been playing video games at 30 since forever. Shouldn't that be great? Yeah, there was a time that I only got to second base as well. You've been getting to second base since forever. Now, eventually, you move up and you want bigger and better things, right? Okay, so it is what it is. Stop being stupid. So again, 30 frames per second. That's not it. 60 frames per second is where it's at, right? So I value frames. The Asus ROG Ally runs Red Dead Redemption 2. I could get it to run at 60 frames. Will the PS5 Pro be able to do that? I'm asking you, will it be able to run Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60? If it can't, already to me, I'm going to prefer my Asus ROG Ally over PS5 Pro. But I would never dare to compare the two, because that's stupid. One is a PC, one is a console. The real question is, I have two PS5s in my house. Will I upgrade to a PS5 Pro? Let's see. What is this going to do better than my current PS5, and is that upgrade worth it? That's the only thing the PlayStation 5 Pro should be compared with. Stop comparing it to everything else. Comparing it to the Asus ROG Ally, comparing it to the Lenovo Legion Go, comparing it to the Lawnmower 3.0, comparing it to helicopters, comparing it to drones, comparing it to all kinds of, oh, but this is okay, this is not overpriced. No. It's all too expensive. Now what are you gonna do? The Asus ROG Ally is too expensive. Now what are you gonna do? I said it. It's too expensive. The $900 for a 2 terabyte Asus ROG Ally is too expensive. Now what? I'm keeping the same energy. Now what's your argument now? You guys are being freaking annoying with this stuff. Let the PlayStation 5 Pro live in whatever realm it wants to live in. And if you want to get one, You're the only one that has to justify it. You don't have to worry about anything else. I would just, I'm talking to you as a friend right now. Here's your friend. Doc is your friend. Doc is your friend. Even if I don't like you ponies, I'm still your friend. Okay, listen. You should look at your current PS5 and figure out if the price difference is worth it. Now, most of you, I hope, are smart enough that you're going to trade in your current PS5 for a PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay. And if you do that, again, you're still going to be paying a little bit more out of pocket for that upgrade. That's the question. Is that upgrade worth it? That's it. Now, if you decide that you want to build a PC instead of getting a PS5 Pro, you're not doing it to compete with the PS5 Pro. You're doing it because you want to start gaming on PC. And that's a whole different realm. And again, because people saying you're not going to build a PC for $700, it's going to be a PS5 Pro. In what? In what game? In what? Because unless they unlock the PlayStation 5 Pro to be able to use the power in every single game, you could buy a $400 PC from Amazon, those little mini PCs that's going to run games at 60 frames that are locked on the PlayStation 5 console at 30. These are facts. So that's why it doesn't make sense to compare it. Can we please let this die? I don't know what's going on out there and why PlayStation, like, they're so upset. It's like the ponies are so obsessed to war with somebody that now that the Xbox is like, bro, we're out of the console wars. We white flag, we lost all this other stuff, whatever. That they're like, okay, who are we gonna go up against now? And literally it's against PC, and it's the dumbest thing ever. Again, the most PC gamers are playing on a 3060. That's not a good look for you. That's not a flex. Because they're playing on a 3060 and there's still games that your system should be more powerful than that's still locked at 30. That dude that's running game on a 3060 is going to be able to play Gotham Knights above 30 frames. You can't do that on your PlayStation 5 Pro. How do you not see that as a problem? How do you see that as a flex? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. It's hard to talk to console gamers about PC because they really don't understand it. I'm not even really that deep into PC yet, but I could see why PC gamers get so annoyed at you dumb console gamers. I could see it because you guys are arguing things that doesn't even make sense, and then y'all try to say Steam shouldn't even be or PC gamers shouldn't even be involved in console wars or whatever. But y'all constantly talking about Steam numbers and y'all constantly bringing up PC, especially right now with PC. Y'all constantly bringing this stuff up. So I don't get it. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. I hope this is the last video I got to make about the PS5 Pro. We out. Peace.